Okay, hello everyone. Part 2 of Tinto Flavor number 16 about Brandenburg and Prussia. As far as I remember, last time we finished over there, which was the event of the von Wittelsbach of Brandenburg. So that's already read. Let's continue what's next. I'm mostly curious about Prussia itself. So let's quickly go through that. As you see, there are around 30 events that may be triggered after this of varied topics. Okay, I've already read that as well. So we have the return of Waldemar Askanir. What's that? Oh my god, those 3D models. I mean, actually, these two look just fine. I cannot complain. They are somewhat cartoonish still, uh, but they don't have that stupid hats and whatever else they I mean this characters can have on their heads. So yeah, let's read it briefly. As no emperor of the Holy Roman Empire is connected to the ruling von Wittelsbach anymore, the legitimacy of Elector Ludwig von Wittelsbach is once again in question. The people of Brandenburg yearn for the years of the Askanir rule. As fate wishes so, the presumed to be dead Waldemar Askanir has made his arrival public, claiming that his funeral was just staged in favor of his pilgrimage to the Holy Land. Waldemar has returned to claim the Brandenburgian throne from Elector Ludwig. Fortunately, the relations between Holy Roman Emperor Ludwig IV von Wittelsbach and Elector Ludwig are benevolent. As such, the Holy Roman Emperor supports the House of von Wittelsbach against the pretender. And there are some options like contact the Holy Roman Emperor, execute the pretender ourselves, abdicate to the true ruler of Brandenburg. I'm curious whether these options give you any type of bonuses or penalties or whatever, or they are just like the option to select to continue the path of a certain event. I'm genuinely curious. I'm pretty sure there is something here which indicates that some actions may take place, some event can be triggered, another one, a different path. So yeah, genuinely curious. I don't think you should trust a guy that looks that way. Which one? They both look stupid, so whatever. After the year 1500, if certain triggers are met, you might receive an event regarding the Teutonic Order, which may lead to the formation of Prussia. Alright, that's it? You don't need to conquer anything? Wait a second. After the year, if certain triggers are met. Oh, fair enough. So actually, you have to conquer, I guess, some lands to form Prussia. The von Altenburg of Teutonic Order. The Teutonic Order was of special interest to us ever since the German people came to dominate the area of Prussia. With our solidified control over the electorate of Brandenburg, we were able to spread members of the von Wittelsbach onto the thrones of Europe, and it just happens to also include the Teutonic Order, being ruled by Hochmeister Dietrich von Altenburg. We could exert our power and integrate them closer into administration of our dynasty's main domain in electorate of Brandenburg. However, this could draw the attention of other powers interested in the region of Poland and make us a target. Alright, yeah, and that guy actually wears something stupid on his head. Dear Lord, why? And there's some annotation, by the way, historical one, I guess. After the Teutonic Order was partially secularized under a cadet branch of the von Hohenzollern dynasty in 1525, and the Brandenburgian line was granted inheritance rights in 1563, the Duchy of Prussia was eventually inherited by Johann Sigismund, Elector of Brandenburg in 1618. This laid the foundation for the eventual formation of the Kingdom of Prussia in 1701. Align them, let us focus elsewhere. Okay, and that also, I guess, opens some new paths, but still question stays the same. Are there any other bonuses or penalties for selecting these two options? Might be somewhat different because, as far as I know, Paradox tried to avoid the path taken in Europa Universalis 4, where each and every event corresponded with certain values, bonuses, or something else given or taken for or from you. So in Europa Universalis 5, it was supposed to be more towards I mean, in other words, avoiding that popular mana, so people actually can read events and select proper options according to their will. We all know that in Europa Universalis 4, and other Paradox games, people usually don't read events, and I think they tried to avoid that in Europa Universalis 5, which would be awesome from my perspective, but I know that some people may not like it. I can fully understand it. I still prefer that path. So there are some events. It may cause game to be a little bit more scripted and repetitive, but still I believe there is so much potential and so much to do that you can actually avoid it for most of the time. Alright, so although you can also form it organically by expanding into the area, although the emperor may have a say in this, as historically happened, okay, that's cool. You can form Prussia, formable country. This is a tier 2 formable country. Of course, there's bonus from legitimacy, blah blah blah, some other options, and let's read briefly the description. The lands once conquered and Germanized by the Teutonic Order will always need protection against rapacious neighbors. Should the order fail in this duty, we can take their place and usher in a new era of prosperity and Prussian discipline. Prussian discipline, that sounds like some military advancement, by the way. A Prussian crown, and look at that guy, my lord. Would you trust that guy? Wearing who knows what, including that weird cap hat? The hell is that? Jesus Christ. A Prussian crown. As our great nation rises to ever loftier heights, Elector Stefan von Wittelsbach has made it known that he intends to elevate Prussia to the rank of kingdom and himself to the rank of king. As a prince of the Holy Roman Empire, it would be untoward if we did not consult the emperor in this matter, and so we have written a proposal that he would be wise to consider carefully. We shall be kings. I'm genuinely curious about how it works inside Holy Roman Empire. How much you are limited, how much good you can actually do as an emperor, how you can affect the empire itself. These are valid questions for me. Imperial tradition dictates that the only kings in the empire should be the king of the Romans, that being the emperor and the king of Bohemia. We have, however, reached an intriguing legal compromise with Consul Ludwig von Wittelsbach. Our monarchs shall use the title of king in Prussia. As Prussia lies outside the bounds of the Holy Roman Empire, we can name ourselves kings without any need for the emperor to break imperial traditions. A satisfying compromise. Cool. That's very cool. What if not? What if they don't agree with that plea? Uh, are we going to be called just Prussia, not Kingdom of Prussia? New country formed, Electorate of Prussia. We are now known as Electorate of Prussia around the world. So we can we be called Kingdom of Prussia though? This is a lovely color, isn't it? Absolutely, it is lovely color. I would actually prefer something between white and gray for Prussia because of their flag and the Prussian eagle, which is black. That's my personal preference. You may now figure that Prussia is a country with much more content in the late game, so I'm just going to show you some of it. But taking into consideration that of the following events, the first one can trigger after 1530, the second after 1637, and the others in different dates after 1700. Fair enough. Fair enough. Financial prerogatives of the Kreditwerk. What's that? How much is left, by the way? Lord, there's so much of it still. Okay. Let's move back to it. Our poor financial reserves leave our electorate of Prussia in a precarious financial position. Why is it? I mean, is it the correct flag? Isn't that of Bavaria? This is Upper Bavaria, right? Elector Stefan. Okay, in precarious financial position with few options being available to us in case of emergency. The burghers have now approached us with a proposal to alleviate this problem by granting them further rights over the royal finances. They will lend their support in times of need. However, this privilege would further entrench the reliance of Elector Stefan von Wittelsbach on the burghers of Prussia. At the moment, we have no choice but to give in to them, but we should be wary of opportunities in the future to revert the Kreditwerk status. We will grant credit to the burghers. Tax efficiency drop and income from minting plus 25%. The credit controls large parts of our finances, hindering our financial capabilities. Alright, next is pietism in Prussia. What's that? The pietism and its representatives have a strong influence over the officials of Prussia. If we were to embrace their position now and support their efforts, we could ingrain their morality into every corner of our society and lead a proper Christian life. Let them be known as the Prussian virtues. We unlock the Prussian virtues policy. Stability decay, monthly control, monthly progress, blah blah blah. We have elevated the virtues of pietism to the core of our society, which values diligence, sincerity, and sense of duty above all else. So yeah, there's plenty of specific events for Prussia. Next, we have the canton system of the electorate of Prussia. It's again, this is the late game event. I think we can skip it though. We change societal values by +10 towards centralization. Of course, I'm gonna read it when we start playing the game and when I start playing as Brandenburg or Teutonic Order. But all right, we have canton system, which is policy, increases manpower and recruitment speed, which is another military advancement. In that case, this is the military policy. Immanuel Kant publishes the Price Essay. Oh my lord! Oh Jesus Christ! Why? Why do you do that to us? Why? Okay, I'm genuinely curious now. Is that mod for EU5 ready? Removing those 3D characters? Please tell me it's actually done. I mean, it would be so good. From technical point of view, I can imagine it's pretty simple to do. I mean, pretty simple. In reference to other elements of the game, I can imagine it's doable, because as far as I see, that 3D model is placed upon some other graphics. So from technical point of view, you can just disable showing that, and that's it. And that should remove all of them. Well, I hope so. So that's the Immanuel Kant, one of the foremost figures of the Enlightenment, and already received praise as one of the greatest philosophers of our time. He recently published his work Inquiry concerning the distinctness of the principles of the natural theology and morality, already commonly referred to as the Price Essay. Despite his publications, Immanuel Kant remains dedicated to refining and publishing future work, pushing the boundaries of what we consider philosophy. Regionally renowned, the Price Essay is created by Immanuel Kant in Königsberg. And then we have the rise of Karl von Clausewitz, who is, of course, well known among military enthusiasts. But, dear Lord, they could just use what we know most. Like, instead of using these young age representatives, I would just use his current look. I mean, the last we know, which is somewhat popular. Like, for example, that one, Karl von Clausewitz. Oh my lord, really? Show me his better look. Oh, actually, I mean, that guy cannot look better. Okay, whatever. But I would still prefer that one. Seriously, I would prefer that one instead of that. Who the hell is that? Holy shit, man. That's absolutely terrible. Just imagine 2D painting here. That's it. That's all we ask for. Alright, about Clausewitz, let's read it briefly. We have received reports of a talented man in the service of our army who impressed his commanders with his insight into the fury of war. This Karl von Clausewitz could serve our cabinet and army excellently if we choose to employ him. Karl von Clausewitz was born to a family with claims to the title of a baron in the Prussian province of Magdeburg. As the fourth son of the family, he entered military service in the Prussian army at the age of 12 as a lance corporal. Age of 12! Holy shit. That's prohibited now. Before entering the Prussian Staff College in 1801, he served during the Rhine campaigns of Prussia and was part of the Prussian army that invaded France during the French Revolution. During his time in Berlin, he studied the work of philosophers Immanuel Kant and Johann Gottlieb Fichte. it made contact with, at the time, General Gerhard von Scharnhorst, yeah, who would implement reforms to the Prussian army with Clausewitz's assistance. Serving during the Napoleonic Wars, blah blah blah. There's much more of the description. That's actually interesting, so would love to see. And we can employ him. I don't see the option that you won't do that, so I guess it's mandatory. The cost doesn't seem to be high, and of course you get some prestige and military furist, which is a general trait for the Clausewitz, with military tactics, possible frontage, and army initiative. This general is one of the greatest furists of all time, and with the ability to use the furies in practice. Did you know that the engine we use is named after him? Oh, really? No, of course I knew. Some other content that you might get in the last 2 ages as well. The Soldier King of Prussia unlocks Prussian monarchy. Most states are countries that have an army. Prussia, on the other hand, is an army that has a country. Holy shit, that sounds cool. The many kings of Prussia were soldiers as much as monarchs. Each concluded their reign not only by reforming the state, but also leaving a lasting impact on the army. Cool. I mean, that's why I want to play Brandenburg. Or any other German nation which can form Kingdom of Prussia. Like, really, I want to play them. Prussian monarchy. A country can only have one major reform at a time. Crown power, month progress to quality, month progress to offensive. A governmental reform under a monarch which puts great focus on the efficiency of its own administration, especially in the matters of the military if the situation calls for it. Huge. Yeah, definitely. That's also I want to learn something from historical point of view about Brandenburg and Prussia. So definitely that's the field of my interest, and I would love to play them. But I can imagine they are quite challenging though. So this is what it is. Okay, last thing, which is Sansouchi. This is the what? This is some palace building type, and situated outside the busy noise of our cities. Sansouchi, how to pronounce it, is a modest palace of one story surrounded by vast gardens and vineyards. Okay, that's all. Fair enough. Okay, that was a great Tinto flavor. I'm really looking forward to play as Brandenburg or Saxony or Teutonic Order and form mighty Prussia focused on military affairs mostly. So yeah, I hope you like it, and hopefully see you in the next one where we'll take a look at either another Dev Diary or maybe some Tinto flavor about France or Great Britain. We will see. These two countries are also in the orbit of my interest. So yeah, I have to decide it. So I'm not sure. But that one I really like that. Yeah, that's very promising to me. We will see how good it is in about 5 days or 6 days. It's one, two, yeah, technically six, but it's released on the 6 days, so we can say 5 days. All right. So once again, thank you very much, and see you next time. Goodbye.